Ας πούμε, φυσική καταστροφή που έρχεται, που αλλάζει τη ζωή ανθρώπων, χάνονται τα εισοδήματα, χάνονται τα προϊόντα, χάνεις τους πελάτες σου. Μιλάμε τώρα για απτά πράγματα. Ή ποιοι πάνε να σπουδάσουν τι. Άλλα επαγγέλματα τα έχει χτυπήσει η πανδημία, άρα τα έχει βοηθήσει τεχνολογία, άρα τα βοηθάει η καινοτομία. Δεν πρέπει όλοι να ξέρουμε τι συνθήκες θα έχουμε μπροστά μας. Όλα αυτά λοιπόν με ένα τσιπάκι θα είναι διαθέσιμα σε όλους. Και έτσι γίνεται για πρώτη φορά μία στρατηγική πώς προβλέπουμε το μέλλον.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers. Is it imaginable?
I think that is imaginable. I think I think, you know, you can imagine that. You can imagine, well, you're going to be sort of transplanted into, you know, the internet, so to speak, to live forever in a digital realm. You know, you can imagine that, you know, you just in your biological incarnation are going to live to be some, you know, very long age.
I think once you're superfluous, you don't have power. Again, we are used to the age of the masses of the 19th and 20th century, where we saw all these successful, massive uprisings, revolutions, revolts. So we are used to thinking about the masses as powerful. But this is basically a 19th century, a 20th century phenomenon. I don't think that the masses, even if they somehow organize themselves, stand much of a chance. We are not in Russia of 1917 or in 19th century Europe. What we are talking about now is like a second industrial revolution, but the product this time will not be textiles or machines or vehicles or even weapons. The product this time will be humans themselves. We are basically learning to produce bodies and minds. Bodies and minds are going to be, I think, the two main products of the next wave of all these changes. That is optional. Again, and if you think about it from the viewpoint of the poor, it looks terrible because throughout history, death was the great equalizer. The big consolation of the poor throughout history was that, okay, these rich people, they have it good, but they're going to die just like me. But think about a world, say, in 50 years, 100 years, where the poor people continue to die, but the rich people, in addition to all the other things they also get exemption from death. Once you really solve a problem like direct brain-computer interface, when brains and computers can interact directly, for example, to take just one example, that's it. That's the end of history. That's the end of biology as we know it. Nobody has a clue what will happen once you solve this. If life can basically break out of the organic realm into the vastness of the inorganic realm, and you cannot even begin to imagine what the consequences will be, because our imagination at present is organic.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's, where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
μία ας πούμε φυσική καταστροφή που έρχεται, που αλλάζει τη ζωή ανθρώπων, χάνονται τα εισοδήματα, χάνονται τα προϊόντα, χάνεις τους πελάτες σου. Μιλάμε τώρα για απτά πράγματα. Ή ποιοι πάνε να σπουδάσουν τι. Άλλα επαγγέλματα τα έχει χτυπήσει η πανδημία, άρα τα έχει βοηθήσει τεχνολογία, άρα τα βοηθάει η καινοτομία. Δεν πρέπει όλοι να ξέρουμε τι συνθήκες θα έχουμε μπροστά μας. Όλα αυτά λοιπόν με ένα τσιπάκι θα είναι διαθέσιμα σε όλους. Και έτσι γίνεται για πρώτη φορά μία στρατηγική πώς προβλέπουμε το μέλλον.
Tengo una vida por delante para encontrarte y preguntarte por qué te fuiste, mi mujer. Y aunque te fuiste, tengo una vida por